Under Maui Skies. When I first set out to write a Western set on Maui, I was doubtful I'd find an interesting yarn. After all, Maui was not the Old West. It was too laid back. I wasn't aware of mainland-style cattle rustling, bank robberies, or showdowns at noon. This, I thought, would be a challenge. I met with two old-timers who had worked at Haleakala Ranch and other small upcountry operations. Paniolo veterans David Ventura Sr. and Henry Silva were exciting sources of the life of the Paniolo and their nemesis. They claimed that Albert Devil, the antagonist of Under Maui Skies, was a real person. At first I was skeptical, but after being reminded that this island has a cast of characters with story-associated names like Two Fingers Cabral and Carburetor Medeiros, I took their word that the man in black was for real. I picked the title Under Maui Skies from the style of one of many Roy Rogers and Gene Autry westerns produced by Republic Pictures in the 1930s and 40s, and set the story against the background of the 1908 success of Iao Pre at the Cheyenne Rodeo Nationals. I ended the story in a comic vein, but in reality Albert Devil killed the person who stiffed him. The body was found several months later in one of the area's lava tubes. Enjoy Under Maui Skies. Under Maui Skies, Lalo o Nalani o Maui. 1,000 stars glistened in the heavens, the moon so strong it seemed to penetrate Haleakala's layer of clouds that teased distant Kaho'olawe. Ulupalakua Ranch's thousands of silent acres had lulled Ramon Acuna into a meditative state. His contemplation of the summer skies was broken by snorting, scrunching sounds in the nearby shrubs. Normally, Po'ovaiu did not include staying overnight with the wild longhorns. But this beast, tied to the strongest kiave around, hadn't exhausted his anger that morning and was still full of fire. "Kae la boca," Ramon shouted at the two orbs in the dark. The bulls snorted back in defiance. Ramon had decided to stay the night. The bulk of the herd was back at the ranch for branding. His wife was in Hilo with the relatives. So Ramon took the time to heal his gnarled hands. People thought he had arthritis, but his hands, like twisted kiave, didn't hurt. They just looked distorted from pulling strands of rawhide to make the well-known kaulaili and bridles, an art he had learned from his father. Ramon was a descendant of the vaqueros invited to this land by King Kamehameha III to train Hawaiians in the art of cattle ranching. The vaqueros were skilled cowboys, but they were mestizos, the lowest of classes in old Mexico. Moving to Hawaii, they raised themselves to a respectable level, which is why Grandma Lum was able to marry Ramon's grandfather, Ventura Acuna. Once married, he did not have to return to the poverty and degradation of Monterey. Like a true vaquero, Ramon pulled from underneath his blanket the black guitar he had dubbed Makaleka after his mother. Too showy, some Mexicans would say, a caustic comment to remind him of the caste system his family came from. Tonight he'd sing of the surreal world of Maui, a land of daylight moons, purple jacaranda muffling the Kula hillsides, and the fragrance of eucalyptus wafting through its groves. As he was about to sing his song of solace, a thundering jolt shook the campsite. The belligerent longhorn snorted and stomped the ground, and the hollow lava tubes beneath his feet amplified the echoes. These tunnels were dangerous. Ramon recalled when Josie Manoa took a mean spill, horse and all, into one of their crevasses. Ramon knew the bull was clamoring for a different reason this time. Someone was coming. The third-generation vaquero heard jingling in the dark. "Ramon!" a male voice called out. He recognized the faceless voice. How did anyone know he was here? Only Chris at the ranch knew, and he'd gone home early because Rosemary was sick. "Ramon Acuna! It's me, Henry Safrey." "Sheriff, what the hell are you doing?"